scalp and the temporalis and getting a sense of the tissue, and it does seem like it's a bit puffy around the temporalis region here. Okay. Not too bad in the top of the head today. Frontal bone. The frontal bone is has a bit of edema in there. I can feel that. So first, I'm just start with a little bit of traction on her neck. Decompression, which we learned today was actually causing more pressure within the spinal column, which helps to get rid of the edema. So just nice, gentle traction, and we're lifting up on the occipital. Occipital, thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Must be getting on Sunday afternoon, right?
What?
And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start doing some compression of the cranium, right? And it's not light pressure, right? It's quite heavy pressure. So, like this.
So 50 pounds?
I think I measured it somewhere between 60 and 80 pounds.
Okay.
I use a scale and try to compress it and see what is needed to. But again, everybody's going to be a little bit different because you're going to go to the you hold it at the end where it doesn't move anymore.
Okay.
So I'm just doing like a side. So we're getting flexion, or we're getting the cranium to flex. And the sutures are also moving within themselves, right? The sutures are going to be moving like this. They don't move this way, but they move this way. Okay. How does that feel?
It feels like it's
Good, bad?
sorry, like creating more room. It's not like as tight in my head.
Yeah. The frontal bone sits down on like this, right? And then there's a suture here and a suture here. So if you squish and lift, so like this, right? Lifting the frontal bone and moving the sutures. Squish and lift. Kind of lifting up towards your sternum. Then I'm going to just start going on angles. So I'm going to go one hand in the back and one on the front. And I'm going to go through this way. You get to a point where you get that little shake, and you know that's a fair amount of pressure. Yeah. And it's a bit of a workout. Don't do this if you have a hurt rib. and then the opposite way this way. Right? Just on and off, just on and off pressure.
Problems in convincing her to do this particular treatment for when she was having a migraine?
I think she was in a migraine when I saw you. Ever was it, or?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
And you said that you could notice a lot less edema and fluid like after doing this.
Yeah. I mean, her scalp when she gets into that cycle is just like a big sponge. And, I don't think I had to convince you of anything.
I think at that point I was so desperate to get help, I'm just willing to try anything, and preferably not like Botox or more medications or so on.
So we have this sagittal suture here, so I'm just going to do this now, working it back and forth, working that suture. I use my thumbs and my theater evidence. I just 1, 2. It's harder to go on this side than this side. It moves easier on the left side than on the right side. But anyway, removing the sutures. Because edema tends to fit, that's where you've got more space, so the edema tends to sit within those suture spaces.
I often find that with some people, one side of the suture is going to be a little bit more sensitive than on the other side.
Okay. And then we have that frontal suture, right? So go along the frontal suture. And the one I find really interesting is if you go, you know where the sphenoid is, right here, right? So we come into the sphenoid, and I just put my fingers, just underneath it. And I cross my hands, and then I just translate left and right. So I'm moving the sphenoid from left to right. When you push on the left, you feel it come out on the, or sorry, push on the right, you feel it come out on the left. And when you push on the left, you can feel it come out on the right. You can do that on yourself, and you can actually, should be able to feel it sliding back and forth. When the temporalis muscle is very tight, it sits in that fossa, right? And it tightens up and compresses into the sphenoid. So too much pressure on the sphenoid. What happens when there's too much pressure in a bone? Bone edema and pain, right? So it really is just about moving the cranial bones around, providing that positive and negative pressures. The other thing that you can do is, if you think about it, I think someone asked me about this, so I wanted to show it too, and I think it would be good for you, is that the mastoids, right?
Yeah.
How many muscle attachments are on that mastoid? Got SCM, splenius, longissimus, right? So they're always, for your whole life, pulling down. What's pulling it back up again?
You.
You got that right, sunshine. So people that are having the problems with the SCM and even the TMJ and tinnitus in the ears, particularly after whiplash, when that's been traumatized and pulled down, you can do a nice lift on the mastoid, and that can solve tinnitus problems in the ear, TMJ problems, okay, and headache problems, because those suboccipital muscles and everything, those muscles around there could be headache generators, right? And also the problem with the bone. Remember, Camille was always saying, it's the bone. It's the muscle, but it's also the bone. So this is a gentle way, I think, within our scope of practice, where we can treat the bone, okay? So I'm just gonna turn like this. And does anyone have a little face piece or a little cloth or tissue? Thank you. Okay, right there. So I just take this and I go onto her mastoid. And just do a nice gentle lift up on that mastoid. And we'll just hold and wait.
Oh, so you're pushing up.
Up towards her head.
Just squeezing or the pull up?
I'm like a pincer grip, and then I'll show you with my fingers so you can see it. If you can see, like that. So you're grasping kind of on either side of the mastoid, and you're just to support the top of the head, so you can scoop underneath it and just lift it up. Yeah, good. Those neck stretches before you do this would be very helpful, because you're releasing the soft tissue first, and then you get an easier lift on the mastoids. And if you think about it, it just makes common sense that you've got all those muscles always pulling down on the neck. Particularly if you've been in any MVAs, right? Sorry. So I'll just show you so you can see. Yeah, like you would grab a vertebrae.